Hello everyone, this is episode 9 of the Front Page podcast. We've returned after the festive break. Hello everyone.
Is that us? Hello, Ross.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi
Ross.
Cauley. Cauley's here as well.
We've
Yeah.
got the dream team back together after a few absentee moments from Cauley the Wool.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, here we are, the three of us, the first podcast of the new year.
Completely unstructured. General chat.
The best way to go.
Yeah.
Well, it always seems to, podcasts that aren't structured always seem to kind of go wrong.
Well,
So we'll do our
start
best to make sure that doesn't happen this time.
We'll start with kind of obvious first topic, Cowboy McGregor.
Okay.
So,
The
who
most
wins?
exciting of all, who wins?
Who
Who do we need to ask, really?
Well.
I don't know.
I
Honestly,
think everyone is underestimating Mr. Cowboy.
Yeah.
Everyone is. If it goes into the later rounds, does Conor have a gas tank? Not from what we've seen previously.
Well, Connor's about the same size as he was against Khabib, wasn't he? No, he's not. Not against Khabib. I can't remember. But the last time he fought at welterweight, he was just as big.
I think his last welterweight weigh anyway done at like 164. He was quite far under.
Yeah, because he looks quite big now. His pictures look big, but he doesn't look any bigger than he did before.
Yeah.
But the best Conor with the gas tank and with the cardio is 145, or he's
Agreed.
He's quite a bit heavier than that, so I don't know if he's going to have the gas if it goes.
Just going off, even
any
just judging off the
distance.
Diaz fight, the second Diaz fight, he faded in the later rounds. So it's just from what we have seen in fights where he has gone into those rounds.
He did get a
Cowboy
second win though.
Pardon?
He did get a second win, McGregor.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue because Cerrone's also fighting above where he should be as well. So
I think Cerrone's definitely more of a natural welterweight than McGregor though.
He's a bigger guy, yeah. But I think he's best at 155 as well, though. So
True.
Well, so they're both a bit above their weights, but it feels like a lightweight fight that they can't train quickly enough for.
Yeah.
So they're putting it at 170 instead. So
that's what Dana said. Let's have lightweight fight without weight cuts.
yeah, so it's not a lightweight fight, is it, Dana? You bald sod.
He should just have 170. I'm not going to get into that topic actually.
Well, Matt's just ruined the Dana White guest appearance in the podcast, so that's good. I was just about to reveal that.
Oh well. So I do think that in all likelihood, I think most people will agree, and I'm sure that not to count out Donald because he's a great fighter and he's been for a long time. I think really Conor's the heavy favourite, and it's not just because people will back him and people will know him. I think he's just a heavy favourite anyway.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do like to hate on McGregor though. Like he is very talented, and he does have a dynamite of a left hand, and he knows how to move. He's quick, and he's always spot on when he lands. So it's.
I don't know. It's also that difficulty factor of the fact that he is, left hand is his strongest, and it's not that often that you come across them. So.
And then Cerrone's orthodox, isn't he? He stands as orthodox.
Yeah.
I mean, that right body kick will be there if he wants to use that.
Even that head kick, if he lands that,
he'll need it. There's something to help sort out his gas tank as well.
Yeah, of course.
If he can land those body shots with the kicks, then I mean, Cerrone's a Muay Thai fighter, isn't he? So I mean, his kicks are deadly. He needs to keep those teeps up and keep the kicks to the body, and he might be able to wear McGregor down if he keeps him at distance with kicks. So,
It'd be nice and exciting in the clinch, though. Very nice in the clinch. Cerrone getting those knees in. Yeah. Even Conor with those elbows as well. Very nice.
He needs to bring out the kick that he did on Yakinta into his face.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that lovely toe kick to Yakinta's face.
Oh god, yeah.
If you can get something like that, you never know. But I guess if Conor's quick, then I don't know. I still think Conor's probably going to win. And,
I I really didn't like what Coach Kavanagh said today. Maybe yesterday. Did you see that quote?
He knows more about MMA than all of us put together, or something.
Yeah, just Conor knows more about fighting than the rest of us put together.
Yeah, that's not true. That's
he
not true,
said,
and it's also a really bad attitude to take.
He said this training camp is about all of us getting out of his way.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's not really a good learning environment, is it?
Oh my god, man, that's atrocious.
Okay, well, my needle's inching back towards Cerrone a little bit. Yeah. That's the thing.
Not good for the head coach to be saying, though, is it? That's really not good for the head coach of your camp to be saying.
There's not so much. I don't know. You really can underestimate the attitude factor, can't you? If Conor McGregor's not taking it seriously enough to learn from coaches and put through his paces by coaches, you know, who's motivating him to get up at 5 a.m. and do your cardio sessions, and you know, who's pushing him to finish those cardio sessions as hard as he can if they're all just getting out the way of him.
True.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Kavanagh also said that he can see the finish being the championship rounds, which is also unusual.
Yeah. I don't know. That's given. It's a funny prediction, isn't it? To give. Yeah. It's dangerous to give Cerrone 3 rounds or more.
I think Conor knows, though, he fades. I think Conor himself, he won't. I don't think he'd admit it, but he knows himself he fades into the later rounds. So he's definitely, if there is any publicity going out, everyone's going to be slagging him off for, he's going to, like I am now, he's going to fade in the later rounds. So if you're going to counter that, what you're going to say, it's going to go into championship rounds.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very, it's an interesting one, but it's also, it doesn't feel like a main eventer of a PPV, does it?
No.
Nah, it's kind of a fight night caliber card in general.
Yeah.
It'd be a strong fight night, but it's not quite a pay-per-view.
It's just a McGregor show, isn't it, unfortunately?
Yeah. I mean,
who's even on the card now?
I mean, people will buy it. I mean, it's going to be that way. People will buy it. Of course they will, because it's Conor McGregor. Yeah, but it's not going to do massive numbers.
No.
Is Holly Holm the co-main? Is it Miguel Pennington?
Holly Holm.
Yeah, it's Holly Holm. Yeah. I mean, 2 ex-champions, I suppose you can say, but
I like Cauley and Morris Green will be a good fight. Morris Green's quite a good upcoming heavyweight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. And Pettis and Ferreira's quite a nothing fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those cards where it'll probably be really good. All the fights will be really good, but you can't beforehand. You're not massively excited for it as an event.
Even though it's the card, obviously it's not all about names, but you still kind of want to see some decent names on it.
I prefer the prelims to the main card, to be honest. Modafferi versus Barber, Philly versus Yusuf, Drew Dober versus Hack Parast. Sorry if I've said that wrong.
Vinny Gastelum.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? And Skelly versus Barber. That's,
excuse
to be
me.
Honest.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, earphone users.
Tim Elliott versus Askarov as well. That Askarov's a good little upcomer.
He's come over from ACB, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was the champion over there. I think.
I can never remember. Is it? Yeah, it's ACB now. It used to be ACA. Yeah.
Yeah, it confuses me still.
It's mad to think that really we haven't had an event. I don't know, when was the last event? Just before Christmas?
God, I think, yeah.
Yeah, December 26th was it? It was Korea.
No, it was Busan, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next one is the 246, and that's on the 19th, 18th in America, 19th here. The big gap between events. There's a bit of a slow time in the MMA world, I suppose, apart from our friends in Asia with the New Year's Eve shows.
Before we kind of sway, why don't we give an official 246 main event prediction then?
Okay.
Just to kind of cap off that little section.
Okay, well, I'm going to go for McGregor to win by 4th round knockout.
Oh, agree with Kavanagh. Cauley, what are you saying?
I reckon McGregor round 2.
I was going to go McGregor round 2 as well. Cool.
Yeah, I reckon.
I think he'll knock him down I think McGregor knocks down Cerrone in the first, and kind of puts him away in the second.
So I was deciding between late knockout and a decision. To be honest,
Do you think
I just don't think. Well, yeah, I went for a knockout in the fourth, but I just don't think. Yeah. I just don't think that McGregor's on it. I don't think he's on top form. I don't think he's saying the right things. I don't think this right stuff's coming out of his camp.
I think he was saying the right things. Seeing that interview with the Mac Life, I found it quite encouraging. It seems like he's a bit more.
Maybe he's saying the right things. Apart from, I think I was winning the fight against Khabib. All right, mate, if you say so.
And Khabib's trembling.
Yeah, he's so scared he won't give me a rematch. Okay, mate.
He did say he wants to fight Gaethje though, which is interesting. He said
That'll
maybe
be a good
Gaethje's
fight.
next.
Be a good banger, that one.
I think that's a really good matchup for McGregor, to be honest. So same with Tony. I think McGregor beat Tony. He put it out there.
No,
I think Tony's more smart. Tony's more smart. It depends how. Well, I suppose it depends how fast McGregor comes out the blocks, because obviously it takes Tony a little bit of time to get going. But
Tony's more smart, but he's so hittable. He is so hittable, and for someone like McGregor, it may put him away.
McGregor gets in your head with the abuse he gives you. Tony Ferguson is a complete and utter madman, and you're not putting Tony Ferguson out. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not.
Yeah, he's got a chin made of iron, that guy.
You can punch that. That little smile he did to Pettis in that fight when he was just pouring with blood, mate. He does not give a shade of sugar on the iced tea. He does not care, mate. If he gets knocked down, he's going to pull guard, and Connor's going to get lured into it when he's going to try and go for the finish, and then he is fooked.
I think McGregor can't know better. I know he's far too confident. He'd probably try and go down and want to test himself against Ferguson, but I think he would know better in that case. He'd knock him down, just step back, let him back to his feet. He can't jump on his guard.
He said after the Khabib fight, though, didn't he? He wasn't confident enough in his own wrestling, grappling game. So I think if he does go to the ground, he is going to try and be more on the offensive. But with Tony, is that a good idea? Have we ever seen McGregor be an offensive wrestler?
Nah. He said he was too kind of defense-minded against Khabib.
Yeah. I just don't see it happening. Maybe against someone. Maybe if Cerrone takes him down, go for it, try it. I think that would be quite interesting to see.
I don't think Cerrone would do that either, to be fair.
No, I just don't think go to the ground with Tony or Khabib. Yeah. That's just a bad idea. Even Kevin Lee, for God's sake, don't even go to the ground with him.
I think Kevin Lee beats Ferguson as well. To
be fair, I agree with you, Ross. I thought he was so unlucky when they had that fight. I thought that was so unlucky.
I mean, because that was Kevin Lee kind of ill with a staph infection. He still managed to mount him. He was still doing really well. Did they not drop him? I'm sure they dropped him.
Yeah. What happened? He just gassed out in the third, didn't he, really? And then Tony just took advantage.
Yes, I mean, a healthy Kevin Lee could be a different story if we got him back in there again. Well,
the thing about Tony can get on the back foot because he doesn't give... the first round is always slow.
Yeah.
And, especially against Donald, for example, Donald won the first round. But then after that first round, he couldn't land another glove on him.
Yeah.
And Tony just pieced him to death. Absolutely death by 1,000 cuts. It was just absolutely pulverized his face. And then that's kind of the thing with Tony. If Aldo McGregor comes out, then Tony is probably done in the first round. Almost, maybe not. I don't know, because of his chin. But he's in danger in the first round at least.
Yeah. I think for the Tony Khabib fight, what they have to announce is Gaethje versus Lee for the co-main, or even on the card somewhere. They need to do Gaethje versus Lee on that card.
That would act almost like a 4-man tournament then.
Well, it gives you a great fight anyway. It's a good number one contenders, and also, I mean, Lee probably doesn't deserve it at this point yet, but it provides a backup to when someone inevitably pulls out of that fight as well.
Well, he absolutely shut up Gregor Gillespie anyway. That's
a good kick on it. Just leading off what you said there, Matt, about like a tournament kind of thing. Why haven't the UFC started a tournament format yet? Bellator have done it; it's been successful. PFL are making a living off it now, and it's doing mint.
Risen's one was good.
Yeah, Rising.
One have done it twice now this year. But with Dana White, it wouldn't surprise me if it was they haven't done it because everyone else is.
Yeah. But could you imagine UFC caliber? I know it's no promotion's got the best fighters, but could you imagine the names in the UFC in a one night lightweight tournament?
We're never going to see a one night tournament ever.
Maybe not a one night, but could you? No, maybe not a one night, but could you imagine the names put into a lightweight GP in UFC?
Well, let's do a hypothetical then. Who do you think would win out of the kind of top lightweights? Who would win a one night tournament?
Khabib.
Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib. If you took Khabib and Ferguson out and say the winner of the tournament was the number one contender.
Let's do that. Yeah, it's more exciting. I'd probably say Gaethje.
The thing, Khabib has got such a game, and I'm sorry to go back to that, but he's got such a game that doesn't take energy out of him, and he just presses and presses and presses on the other guys. That his game would last all night. He could win a 10-round MMA fight on decision.
It does kind of start to tire though. You kind of see signs of him slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, but I just think he gets less tired than anyone else.
True.
More than not to say he doesn't get tired, but he's got that game. But yeah, take out those two who are fighting for the title next. So
I would love to see him finished.
You will never see Khabib finished.
I'd love to see him be finished in a fight.
Khabib will never be finished. I will honestly. I will literally. I don't even know what I'll do. I will do something, record it, and put it on Twitter if Khabib gets finished before he retires.
So would you put Max into the 155 tournament?
No.
I would. I would.
I think his future is kind of there now. I think he's going to bulk up a bit and go there. So you got Dustin and Gaethje and Conor.
Lee.
Who else? Kevin Lee.
Bloody
Who would you have then? Because then you kind of. What about maybe someone like Felder?
Yeah, I have Felder. I like Felder. I really like Felder.
Yeah, then maybe Max or maybe not.
Who got to?
Yeah, maybe.
Kevin Lee. I'd put Kevin Lee in there.
We said him already.
We said Kevin Lee.
Sorry.
Would you let Cowboy sneak in?
Put Al in there.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
I don't know about Al. I think Al's done.
I don't think I would put him in either.
No, he looked good against Al. He looked good against Kevin Lee. That was only recent. Well,
I don't know. I think Kevin Lee beat him now. I think we've kind of got Kevin Lee 2.0 after he joined kind of Firas Zahabi and all that.
What about Islam?
I do like Makhachev.
I think
put him in as a wild card. Put him in as a wild card. The thing about Makhachev was he had that game. He had that fight against Sarukian at Moscow. And it was an amazing fight, especially for people who like grappling and groundwork. But Sarukian was so good. I hope he's won again since, hasn't he? Yeah, he won.
Who beat Davy Ramos and so what am I saying? Abu Dhabi, that's the word.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So he's got such a big future. It'd be nice to see some prospects in the tournament. Almost. I really want to see him
fight someone good though. We don't really know how good he is yet. He's not really beat anyone that's that high level. I know Sarukian's a great grappler, but he's not beat anyone that's a really elite kind of up there in the rankings.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can get you that. Yeah, I get that. But then I suppose that they probably wouldn't be winners anyway. Who would take that? I reckon Gaethje would go. I don't know.
I think Gaethje get to the final. I think he'd get to the final. I think
it depends who he's drawn with, I suppose, doesn't it?
The thing is, Gaethje, he could be literally the best lightweight in the division. He just needs to use his wrestling. He's like one of the best wrestlers in the UFC.
It's like a cliche more than anything else. Gaethje needs to use his wrestling. It's like a meme. It's like
I would love to see Gaethje just shoot a double on someone.
just straight in. He runs in and just shoots a double first 3 seconds in. People are just there'll be jaws on the ground.
But no, I love that he goes in. But is he a Division 1 wrestler? Is he? I'm sure he's a Division 1 wrestler.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Why not? There's so many fighters lesser than that, and like on the same level as that. He could dominate on the ground if he tried and applied it.
He doesn't find it. He doesn't find it fun, does he? He just wants to go in there and punch stuff.
Can I just point out one fight that's been completely slept on because of McGregor's throwing it is JDS versus Curtis Blades the week after.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I totally forgot that was even on. I forgot all about that.
I hope JDS wins though. I'd like to see him go like for another title run.
I think I loved his dance, I've got to say. So
he was amazing.
Maybe because of that, he's earned himself another run at the title.
Ooh, there's some good fights on that card, by the way. There's Josh Emmett versus Arnold Allen. That's a really good fight.
That's a tricky one for our Arnold. I like Arnold Allen. I think he's got good skills and good ability. So it'd be good to see him go up against a bit of a. I know his last fight was against a legend, really, but he's well over the hill. So it'd be good to see him go up against someone with a bit more upper level in a way.
I think he'll get
Start-
the win.
I mean, he's got 7 wins in a row, and he's not even ranked. It's ridiculous.
There's also RDA versus Chiesa at welterweight.
Yeah, I'm in for that one. That could be good.
That's a cool. I always like Chiesa. I've got a soft spot for him. I don't know why. I just quite like him.
It's because you want his haircut.
His haircut and almost.
We're not even discussing that haircut, Ross.
It's a bit hit and miss, but
There's
always-
there's no hit
really
about
not
it,
hit and miss.
there is some hit about it.
mate.
Anyone who listens is just completely clueless as to what we're on about.
Yeah,
The haircut. We'll keep it at the haircut.
yeah. Maybe if he gets it, we'll put it as our front page profile picture.
Or
Yeah,
if,
with
or,
your
if,
logo.
or if Ross doesn't agree to that, me and Matt will just put it as ours.
Nah, you need to go yourself for that.
To be fair, Ross, it's better than mine. I've just got a skinhead with massive ears, so I just look like a little trophy. So you're all right.
Like a trophy.
It's alright. I've gone number 1 all over as well.
It's a safe bet.
It is the best way, lad.
Saves on the old barber shop, doesn't it?
Oh, done it, lad. Because it's like 13, 15 quid for an haircut now, and it's like I'm not paying that just for you to shave my head. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny because we can bitch and moan about that stuff, but then your wife or girlfriend or whatever goes to the hairdressers and it's like 3 times as much just for the
It's
cut.
like 60 quid, 80
Yeah.
quid.
Scandalous, mate.
I was annoyed at my barber because it used to be for me 10 quid was enough for. It was £9 haircut and then £1 was a tip, so 10 quid, no, it was nice and easy, just haircut. And then it was £11, so the first. No. Then the haircut itself was £10, so I went in without a tip, felt really bad. Next time I went in, it was £11 for the haircut, and I took £11 so I could tip them. But then that wasn't enough either. And I kept just saying, like, I promise
So
I'll tip
if
next
you
time.
give them £11 exactly, it's like you've chosen not to tip on purpose.
Exactly, but I didn't know they'd
That's
tip
how-
the price up again. The prices kept going up like, every time I went. I was like, what's happening here?
Do
I
you
feel
feel
bad not tipping.
Do you feel compelled to leave a tip though?
Yeah, if I'm satisfied. If they do a really horrible job, then maybe not, but 9 times out of 10, yeah.
But why? Because you paid them to do the haircut anyway. It should always be to a good standard.
That's true. That's true.
So why are you tipping
Just
someone for doing the
If
job?
they make an ass of it, they don't get a tip. But if they do a good job, then they can have a little tip.
But do you get a tip for doing your job?
So where's the middle ground, Ross?
Didn't expect this scrutiny.
Has anybody ever
I'm
tipped
all for-
you
I'm
for
all for tipping
taking them
people.
over to the kitchen section, Ross?
No, but what happens is...
Has anyone
if
ever
someone
tipped you for getting a screw?
Genuinely,
Where are the screws?
Genuinely, if someone buys a lot of flooring, you take it out to the car for them, they quite often slip you a little, like, £5 or something. It's actually decent.
See, that's nice. That's nice. That's lovely. And I agree with them
Because that's not part of the job.
It's not part of your job. You've done your job, selling it, directing, doing what you're doing, and then you're taking time out of your job to go and carry it for them. They should have come prepared, brought an extra man.
Well, why do we tip waiters then? Because it's their job to bring the food to the table.
Yeah,
Because
half the
we
time
don't,
when
though.
you're tipping waiters, you're levered.
We do. I do. I tip everyone.
Honestly, Ross, you're too kind, mate. I'll literally come and bring you your food for a week if you're going to tip me, lad, honestly.
They put a service charge on the bill these days anyway.
Yeah, they do.
I always
They
check.
do.
I always check for that. If it's not there, then I'll just tip myself. But if they do, then I don't get anything else, obviously.
Nah, I'm not. Let's put it to a Twitter poll, mate. Do you tip? Yes or no?
Don't say that because Americans do.
Yeah, in America, you need to.
Don't they?
You
Why?
really need to. Even
They do
for bad
because
service.
it's because the waiting staff don't get paid minimum wage.
Like a 10% tip there's for really bad service. That'd be like an insult over there. 10% tip.
What?
In
That's
Japan,
an insult. That's an insult. What?
In Japan,
Because,
another reason why Japan is the best is in Japan, if you tip, it's an insult.
Oh, thank
Why?
God, I'm going to Japan.
Because they say that we do our job to the best of our ability, and if we will always do it. And
But it's not like personal reward. Why is that an insult?
Why are you rewarding me for doing what I'm supposed to do?
It's a nice gesture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, well,
In America,
is.
the waiters get paid like $2 an hour, so like the tips actually make up what they live on.
You shouldn't. The thing is, you shouldn't need to tip because people should be paid properly for what they're doing. At the end of the day, that should be how it is.
Matt. Tell them again.
No, I won't, because this is supposed to be about MMA and not about politics.
I was just going to say that. I love how we said we'll cap this at half an hour. We spoke about McGregor, Cerrone, we spoke about a lightweight tournament, one other fight, and now just tipping people on haircuts. And we've got like 5 minutes left on a little time slot we give ourselves.
Well, we do like to be diversified. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe we might have to just rearrange our plans and leave the other thing we were going to do until another time.
I'm looking forward to making that. I was going to do it tonight. That was my entertainment tonight sorted.
I've got some right bangers in the list. Honestly, I've got some proper bangers. I'm really
okay. So in that case, then, shall we talk a little bit just about before we go on this one? Talk a little bit about the only event that's happened in the last week or so and Rising.
Oh yes, we should.
Because it was a great show, as it always is. It was 8.5 hours long because they had a 90-minute intermission.
Let the fans go and get sorted. Let the fans go and do what they're doing. Let them. There's nothing worse than when you're watching an event, you need to go for a wee, you need to go get food, another beer. There's nothing worse than this fight's going, you miss a sick knockout, and you come back fuming, everyone's buzzing, and you end up watching a boring fight for 5 minutes, 15 minutes. It's just not on.
Yeah, in New York, that was easy though, because as soon as Caitlin Chikagin walked, everyone was like, right, time to go to the bathroom. It was quite easy. And that's not a sly on women fighters, that's just
hair. Just a slight on hair.
You know what's going to happen. Like, it's not going to be very exciting, so Will just went to the bathroom.
Isn't she getting the next title shot?
Yeah, it's booked. She's fighting Shevchenko.
Yeah, she's going to get absolutely fucking slaughtered.
Can't wait, I don't like her. Since she stole a victory off Calder.
Yeah, apparently, according to those judges, kicks don't count.
Yeah, that annoyed me. I was watching that fight thinking, this is amazing. Calder was going to fight Shevchenko. She's going to die, but she's going to get a fight at least.
But anyway, Rising.
Yeah, Rising.
Like, the reason it was so long and they had the big intermission is obviously they finished off their lightweight GP and they finished it off as semi-finals and final on the same night. So we had a big kind of upset in the way, at least from the Western point of view, I suppose, in that Pitbull lost in the final. And it wasn't even that close to a fight either. He was comprehensively beaten by Musayev. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, he's Tian for me, wasn't
he? Yeah. He is a beast. And it was a really good fight, a really good event. Tension. I know we don't really do much of kickboxing and the other kind of stuff, but
he was spectacular.
Tension has absolutely mincemeated a champion of knockouts. He won the champion. He's the champion of the knockout tournament. He's just a world-class kickboxer in his own right, and Tension just destroyed him easily.
Very one-sided.
Yeah. I mean, he knocked him down. He kind of gets into this groove, Tension, where he'll knock him down for the first time, and then he'll get 3 more knockdowns really quick afterwards. Because he's just learned, that's it. Now I know how to knock him down, I'm going to do it. And he's just an unbelievable fighter. A crazy, crazy good fighter. And hopefully one day we'll get to see him against Rod Tang or someone, even maybe not Johnny because he's more of a Muay Thai specialist where Rod Tang can do both. But that would be an incredible fight, Rod Tang against Tension. Oof, I'm getting a bit of goosebumps thinking about it. Have we lost Cauley, by the way? Is he gone?
Oh, yeah. I think he has. I don't know.
His sound bar, his little circle is making noise.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Sorry.
There he is. We were just talking about you.
Best not have been.
Yeah, we were wondering where the friggin' hell you'd gone.
Sorry. I'll be honest, I went for a wee. Charles back in there. I'm so sorry. I thought if I run up quick, I'll be back before Tension chat finishes, but I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I was too busy creaming about the idea of Tension against Rod Tang.
Oh, Matt, don't, lad. Oh, don't.
When is that? When do you fight Haggard again?
Is it 18th?
It's in
January,
February.
Is it in January?
Oh, maybe it's very soon anyway. It's in the next few weeks.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, I mean, I preferred Haggerty against Sam A, but Haggerty against Rod Tang was also amazing. But it might just be because Haggerty won against Sam A, and I was like absolutely buzzing. But
see, before we kind of wrap up, did you see? Did you watch Badr Hari versus Rico Verhoeven?
I was really gutted. I missed that, and I've not actually caught up on it.
Oh my god, it's a crap ending. No, it was like a bus ending in Masvidal Diaz. Oh, when will I stop mentioning that, by the way? When will I stop referring to UFC 244 in every podcast?
Well, until you go to somewhere else. Until you go to
Well, I think I'm going to London in March with my dad if I get time off work for it, so that'll be the next thing.
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
honestly, we should all go to Bellator Dublin in February. It was mint.
I think
I can't. I can't do that kind of thing. I'm going to a stag do in April, so abroad, so I can't do that.
I think at the same sort of time as Bellator February, if it's a genuine thing, Wonderboy and Askren are going to meet up in Dublin as well.
Oh,
the same weekend. I'm pretty sure. I saw it somewhere. I need to try and find it again. But we kinda...
Was that when was the Verhoeven fight? When was that?
21st. Is in same night as Busan.
Ah, okay. Was that on Fight Pass then?
Yeah, it was unreal though. Do you know how it went or anything?
Well, I know Harry won. No, Verhoeven won, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was like Badr Hari was in. Badr Hari knocked him down twice, I think, maybe even 3 times. But then Badr Hari threw like a spinning like heel kick to the head, I think. And his like standing leg, something just happened to it, and it fell to the ground and got back up again.
Oh.
But it was literally he was winning decisively up to that point, and then couldn't continue. But they won it back.
He's probably. Well, the thing is, Badr Hari is a bit of a shit. So.
Yeah, he is.
outside of the ring, he's been involved in some crimes, and he's a bit of a violent thug outside the ring, isn't he? So.
Who's the Aussie? He had that kickboxing. It's always on YouTube. You always see it on like when Karma fights back or something. And he's just giving this Aussie kickboxer loads of abuse, and then when it comes to the fight, he just head kicks him straight clean out. Just gets cleaned out. It's so good.
Yeah, but we'll just wrap this little short episode up there.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for Matt and Cauley. Love a little chat.
It's our pleasure, Ross. Now where's the tip, bro?
Need to record.
You have to get paid in the first place to get a tip, I think.
Yeah, true.
So yeah,
can't get 10% or nothing.
Hint. If anyone wants a sponsorship or advertisement on the podcast, please hit us up.
Massive fan base, massive listener base.
£5 is all we charge, and we'll scream it in every sentence. Trust.
There's a podcast in Britain which is really popular now, and maybe some of you will listen to it. But I won't say what it's called. But every week they do a kind of, because they're waiting for sponsorship. The guy always says something like, "This week we're sponsored by towels," and then he'll just reel off a little advert for towels. And it's quite funny. It's quite amusing.
So next week we'll have a sponsor then, sorted.
Yeah, so next week maybe we can be sponsored by Hangers next week or something like that.
Haggis?
No, not haggis. Hangers.
I was up for haggis. I was down with it.
Well, no sheep's stomachs anywhere near our
that's beautiful
podcasts, I'm afraid.
On that haggis note, we'll wrap it up there. Bye bye, everyone.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks, Carl.